All right, hey, back again with another Raw recap. After watching Raw and doing the podcast today, so much fun. Gotta listen to that. Remember, Patreon, you get it early for $1, or wait for it coming out on Spotify, Podomatic, and iHeartRadio by Thursday. Uh, I'll have it up probably Wednesday night, but Thursday. Definitely to enjoy it. All right, first up, start out Raw. We had a little tape promo come from ahead of the table. Roman Reigns trying to figure out what he's going to do with Jacob Fatu. It's him with the Usos there, and he kind of decides what he's going to do right then. And then um, the show opens up when it goes live. Seth Rollins comes out, cuts a promo, and talks about why he lost at WrestleMania. Had nothing to do with Gunther. Had something to do with only to do with him losing that match, losing the title, Braun Breaker. So of course he calls him out. Braun shows up with Paul Heyman, and they cut a pretty damn good promo against each other. Um, Braun does a good job. He is a lot better on the mic. I said Paul Heyman had the mic, and then he's handed to Braun, saying, "Yeah, you got it." So with him working with Paul Heyman, Seth, and all them. He is learning how to cut a promo like uh, like his dad, but just as good like as his uncle, Mr. Scott Steiner. So they went back and forth, seeing how much Seth carried him and all that, and Braun, of course, went back at him. But I still think um, when he kind of ripped on him, Seth ripped on Braun, called him a Steiner, and a few other things, and kind of, noted right back at his family, and wondering if he got the promo, if he called his uncle Big Papa Pump. I mean, it's great, and it's good that they can bring that back because we all know, who his dad and who his uncle. And at the end, when he told him to, he goes, "Yeah, you're not even the second best Steiner." Yeah, so it put him at number 3 behind his dad and his uncle. And pretty soon he's going to be above both of them. Great, great back and forth. We need to, of course, later on in the show, they did announce that it's going to be Braun and Seth at Backlash on later on. Great. And then they do a backstage where Stephanie Fakir comes in, and she gets her ass handed to her by Judgment Day, which they find out later. She is injury she has a shoulder, the AC tear or shoulder tear, something in there that she's going to be out for a little bit, which is guess fine. Probably an injury that she had that she's going to rehab from before, which is okay. That holds it up for other people to compete against Liv. We'll get Stephanie back to try to go for the title again eventually, of course. Then first matchup of the night is with Penta against Rusev, and before they started the match, Ethan Page showed up and was sitting ringside watching the match. But Penta did get the win over Rusev, and then Ethan Page and Rusev kind of work together and start beating up Penta, and then Javon Evan comes out for the save. So I'm guessing they're probably going to do a tag match between the two next week, probably. something like that, or coming up really soon. I don't think it'll be at the pay-per-view, but they're going to have a tag match between the four. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, Becky comes out, and she talks about how good she is, all her records she has amassed because of WrestleMania, her title shots, everything. She's competing with The Undertaker, so many title wins. I mean, it's a little crazy. And then she flat out, she's in her gear, and I'm like, oh, she's wrestling tonight. And I think she was. Well, she didn't. She talks about doing an open challenge for anybody in the back. Well, Io Sky shows up. And she goes, I'll take your challenge. And Peggy was like, I was going for a younger talent, like Sol Ruka. But Sol Ruka was not available because she smacked her melon there. So I'm glad they gave her time off to heal up and relax. It's very nice. I guess Braun's probably better, but he didn't do anything either. So, they're being good about that. And Becky's like, oh, hell no, we're not doing this. And then is going to leave. And Adam Pearce comes out and says, no, it's going to happen. So we had a good IC match with Io. Becky did get the win, but Asuka interfered. So even though after Kyrie's gone, they're still going to continue with this because it really was between the two with Kairi Sane, kind of stuck in the middle. But yeah, as we said on the podcast, we wish they wouldn't have done this so they can finish this with Kairi Sane, and maybe there's a possibility that she gets signed back, and comes back like they did R-Truth. I don't know. Be cool because she was good, and there were people chanting, "We want Kairi." Of course, we knew that was going to happen. They have the Usos backstage there, and they have interaction with LA Knight, and he trying to tell him, "You are better without him," meaning Roman, and kind of LA hitting that he's gonna go after him. Anyways, but Nick Krubbs, he's gonna be business where he's gonna fight both of them and go after Roman because we know he's going for a title. He's gonna get a shot sometime again, And like I said, he'll get a title, the big world championship, or probably because he's on Raw. But then up next is what some people didn't like. Kathy didn't care. Joe Hendry, where he officially announces where he's going to be on, what show he's coming to Raw, and decided to say, hey, let's fire Logan Paul. I love it that he's going after them. I think this is a hint that might be his first match. Joe Hendry might be with Logan Paul, which is fine. I think it's good. Which also means I think the Street Profits are probably going to take those titles away from them. So we'll see how soon Joe Hendry wrestles Logan Paul, and we'll see. But I'm guessing in the backlash we might get Street Profits and Division. We'll see. But after this, when he's talking about firing Logan Paul, of course they come out to confront him, start beating him down, and the Street Profits do again show up the second week in a row and go after the Division and take him out. So as I said, it's going for, they're going to go for the titles. It's inevitable. They're going to beat Division, I think, so they can win the titles. It might have a couple matches, They might. That'd be cool. I'd like to see the Street Profits with the titles again. Then they had another backstage segment with Grayson. Grayson Waller was just complaining to Adam Pearce that everybody's getting these chances. He's not getting nothing. Oba's getting his chance, and Oba this and that and whatever. And he's like, Adam Pearce like, Oba. And he's like, what? Yeah, he's right behind him. And then he goes, yeah, I want him. So they set up a match with Obafemi and Adam Pearce. Or Obafemi and Adam Pearce. Obafemi and Grayson Waller. Adam Pearce set that match up for later. And then earlier night we had where it said that Rey Mysterio is gonna go against the second El Grande Americano, and a match to warm him up for his mask versus match that's coming up with the original El Grande. They had a good backstage segment with all of them and the Americanas. It's funny, especially how the original, as we know who he is playing off. He doesn't speak. He speaks Spanish, not very much, but Ludwig, he's very fluent in Spanish, which is I love it. And then when he was actually talking with the mask on, you didn't really, unless you were paying attention, you didn't realize it was him. He was disguising his native accent very well. I give him props when he gets to actually come back and be Ludwig. It'll be good. I mean, he's a good wrestler. I mean, there's no way around it. The Mask has emphasized how good he is in the ring. He is. I hope nothing happens to him. I hope his continuation, down in AAA will be great. Eventually, he'll get unmasked or whatever. Be done with that. I'm not sure, but I love having him on there. It's good. But Rey Mysterio against El Grande, and Rey Mysterio gets the win with an assistant from the first El Grande Americana, because the original was there to stop the new one from putting the plate in there to hit Rey with it, of course. And they had a match, and the El Grande Americanas go after each other because they want to tear each other apart, which is great. Then they have a little cut promo, Asuka against Io, saying the same thing she did the week before. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be as good. I'm going to teach you. And she says, you're not going to be ready for Asuka at Backlash. Yes, like I said last time when I did this, people were complaining they were not at WrestleMania. I'm thinking they had enough. Backlash should be right back in, and they're going to do it at Backlash. This ain't going to end. The rivalry is going to keep going, of course, but maybe in the process of it, they'll re-sign Kairi Sane. We will see. And then next up, the next match is Obafemi against Grayson Waller, where Grayson gets a couple hits in there, pull him down on the rope there and doing that, but Oba just kills him. And then Oba cuts the promo saying, all the champions are tied up with their stuff, so there's not many opportunities. So he's given somebody an opportunity that he wants to the Obafemi Open Challenge, where you can come and wrestle Oba. I wouldn't want to, but yep, that's going to be all tied up until they want to give him a push for Intercontinental title, or they're going to push him straight up to the world title. We'll see. We know he can handle the big title because he did on NXT, and was North American and the NXT champion. So we know he has it in him to hold the belt and to be the main attraction on the brand. So he can do it. They do it slowly and build him up to be a beast from all hell like Brock. It'll be good. Then as they're getting ready for, they're going to do a tag match with Judgment Day and Bayley and Lyra. Liv sends Raquel and talks to Roxanne and want to finish what they were talking about before they got their head bumped in together. And she tells him you can't trust Finn. Finn did bring her in, Roxanne, and don't trust her in this and that. And all of a sudden, Liv leaves, and then there's Finn, because he was gonna be there, and Roxanne knew he was gonna be there, of course, and said don't trust anybody. And the fun part is they were down in Texas, not far. Of course, everybody loved it. They had featured luchadors on the show because they're in Texas, and everybody, they love their luchadors down that way, and they really loved Roxanne Perez because she was close to her hometown there, and it was they did get the win, and Judgment Day got the win over Lyra and Bayley. And then I love it how this one doesn't even give everything. That is good. Well, after that, we did get the lovely interaction with Roman, where he came out to give his thoughts on I laugh on my internet is working just fine here. Gives his thought and what I don't even get the rest of it. Gives his thoughts on everything and what's coming up, and I did forget too that they had a lot of backstage segments there, but the Street Profits thanked, Joe Hendry thanked the Street Profits, and they told him he should change his shirt because it's blue because he's on SmackDown and it's going to be red. Yeah, I doubt that's going to happen. But I think it's funny, good interaction between everybody. And let's see here if I can double check something real quick to make sure I didn't miss anything, and I don't think I did. And let's see here. It is last. Yep, and didn't miss anything. I thought I didn't. But next up, it was Roman coming out to address the stuff with Jacob Fatu. He comes out and Roman asks him. Well, I can really ask him. kind of tells him, I hope you made the right choice. And Jacob told him I didn't need a week. I just needed a day. And stuff, and told him that it wasn't because of Roman coming back. It was Solo that got him there. And Roman reminded him of it wasn't his call. It was Roman's call to be okay and for him to come in. So it's a good back and forth tying up all loose ends and attach it to when he's coming in, where with Solo and all that. And he kind of, before he gets done, Jacob Fatu says, yeah, he's going to get him. He's going to take his title. He doesn't care. And I don't know the exact move he was doing, but he was grabbing kind of Roman by the chin or the throat and choking him out and doing that. And when he put him down, laying him out, Jacob leaves. Roman grabs the mic and says, you want it, you got it. I'll see you at Backlash. And Jacob, as he says, no mic, camera's right next to him. He said, I'm not waiting for Backlash. He'll see him next week on Monday. So we'll have Roman again. He said he was not going to be part-time. He's going to be there. So let's see if he is there again next week. I don't know where they are next week. I'd have to look it up. But they'll be back next week. I think that was a solid Raw. Good. As everybody says, as Jesse and Zach said, it's better than SmackDown. SmackDown's going like 2 hours. The craziness. I don't know. Hopefully that this week will be better because they're adding 2 more people. I said Raw has gotten theirs. Ethan Page, Soluruka, Joe Hendry. I don't think anybody else is coming up on Raw, but they did, add Jacob Fatu and the Street Profits also on Raw, coming from SmackDown. So I think that'll be great with Rhea going over there. We'll see how it goes there. I liked it. I thought it was a good, solid Raw. I'm looking forward to NXT because there's a lot of people that are going to gone. I have to check it out and see. Hopefully, I said SmackDown hopefully be better this week. They're having possibly 2 people premiering on Friday. We know Ricky Saints is going to be there. I'm not sure if anybody else is supposed to. They did the one. I think they only announced one person for this Friday. If I'm wrong, sorry. I don't know, but we'll see. I know at least Ricky Saints will be there, and maybe more soon. Hope you enjoyed that Raw just like I did. And like me, I'm watching Hogan's last documentary about him and his last interview. Check it out. I might do a little review or do a little recap of it on during the podcast and let the guys know if they watch it too, what they thought, and we'll give our thoughts. If they don't, I might do a recap of it on here because it'd be kind of fun to do more recaps. So, hope you had a good day. It was kind of a rainy, cold day here. And they said, well, my mom told me it's supposed to be nicer tomorrow, not rain. Oof, I hope they're right. I hope she heard the forecast. I hope they're right because I got to work tomorrow, and I hope it's not rainy and shitty because it doesn't make it much fun to work around and limit my time outside because I don't want to be in the rain. So you guys have a good night. Enjoy it. Make sure to check us out on Patreon just for $1. And our YouTube. It's free. Share with your friends. Tell everybody. Watch us on YouTube. We're trying to get more stuff up. I'm getting stuff up at least once or twice every week. Then if we can do more unboxing and move that to moments of merch, you can find everything when unboxing with the merchandise, stuff like that. And as we said on the podcast, it's getting close, a month away, and we are going to be at DPW number 9. I don't remember the glass house, I believe. Um, it's going to be a good show, like always. Come see us all there. We're going to be there. I'm going to have some new merch so we can enjoy and have a good day and have a good night of wrestling, because we love it, because all three of us will be there. And enjoy your wrestling all week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There's a wrestling show every single day of the week, even Saturday. And I like it because I can watch AAA and you can watch Collision if you want. As a joke, only like 13 listen, watch Collision, and one of them is Jesse. I love you, Jesse. All right, I'm enough of the yapping. I'm going to go back to watching my shows on Netflix. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you on my next recap. Bye-bye.